There you go. Just as I'm ready to make a switch out of something else. All right, cool. That's all right. Done. Blah, blah, blah. There we are. Uh-oh. Nicole?
What?
Oh, good. You can. All right. I was getting some weird feedback, so I just wanted to make sure if I pushed one button, I didn't screw it up like earlier. So
No.
there we go. Well, there you go. Welcome to Paint Club. Rick Strohmeyer.
Mad Hatter.
Not quite.
Well underway of a very, very messy episode.
Hey, there we go. I'm going to.
That I am sure is not appreciated being done in my living room.
Well, let's see. I'm trying to find. Here we are. All right. So I'm going to move from something really light to really dark. And I'm going to take this thing that's incredibly runny right now and move it off to the side so it can maybe dry tonight. If I put my space heat, put it in front of the space heater. So I got this dude. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Where are we? Okay. So this is I've lost Zoom. Oh, there it is. This is by Toma and Nathan Hamill. Split collaboration. I don't know which side is which. And yeah, I primed it earlier this week and said we'll paint it up here. And I've never finger painted a toy before, so this should be fun.
I'm attempting texture with my finger. We'll see.
Gosh, we try and get the kids to do all kinds of weird textural things, and kind of want to send my supervisor a copy of this thing. Like, look at this. We don't normally paint. Some of us stay away from textures.
Well, I was able to make some cool little divots with these nails, and like a lot of I can't wait till it dries to see what happens in there, because a lot of the divots have they're picking up the more fluid. I'm using a few different acrylics to have like soft body, fluid, and acrylic gouache, just for different various stages of drying also.
Right.
See what happens. And my cat is maybe coming to make an appearance. Who knows?
There you go.
He's pushing her way through things at the moment.
Oh, whoops. Trying to dry out one painting, but if I do that, oh note, space heater may help heat some. May help dry it up, but it's going to dry up your paints too. Watch this drying faster on my guy, and I don't like it, so turn this to be a little cooler. Can't talk and paint at the same time. So
can walk and chew gum.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. When you're stumbling around, it's the best part of that. But
I still can't believe I have to drive all the way down there.
You don't have to, do you? I mean,
no, I really do though, because then otherwise I'm not going for 3 days. I don't go Sundays.
Okay.
That's my no-no. My mom used to always say, like, when I worked in retail, like, you have to tell them that that's the day Jesus rested, so that's the day that you rest. And I'm like, I mean, I guess I could do that.
Okay.
I'm not sure how well that will play out with my employers, but
Excuse me. Never
I'm
know
also
until you
pretty
try.
sure that's the day that
That's the what?
God rested, not Jesus. I'm not even like using my own Catholic like quotes, right? Or my mom's rolling around on her grave.
My mom.
Who taught this child?
There you go.
I found loads of pictures today, like in the because I found more, and I will never stop finding them apparently. With like a whole bunch of a whole bunch of priests and shit, and I was like, who are these humans? Like, I don't mind, but like, why is there like a nunnery school? There's no nuns in my family.
I laugh at your joke, not because like it's totally I can relate with that. My dad, when I got to my mom's this past time, I found a weird hidey hole of my dad's, and I was like, in 5 years, nobody looked here. I think in 5 years, my mom
honestly.
Didn't. It's like in 5 years, nobody's found this. That's weird. So, yeah.
And well, it's like, so those pictures have been up there since like they moved out of my mom's family home in 2007. So my thing is like, no one cared in the last 14 years to walk up the stairs. And they're like, well, I'm like, well, what? Well, what? Because I'm the one distributing them now, obviously. So,
Right.
And everyone who's like, oh my God, thank you. And I'm like, shut up. I'm so bitter Betty about it. Thanks so much. Be quiet.
I'm like, wow, this episode of Bridge Building brought to you by Better Paint. So, I don't know.
Well, look, they're really nice photos. We'll go to the artistic side. They're really nice old school photos.
Yeah.
Held up over quite a length of time, which is,
Yeah.
To me, mesmerizing in itself.
Oh, sure. Oh, shite.
No bridge burning. Stop it. Now that I saw what you said. Like 85% of my cousins were like, yeah, what? So here's a fun fact. The mayor of my hometown, well, selectman, whatever, his family has roots in the town like hardcore, like mine does. And I sent him a text message today and I was like, Fred, question, any relation to, these people with the same last name? And he's like, that's my dad and that's my aunt. And my stepdad's just sitting there going, did you just say that you texted the mayor? And I was like, yeah.
Who didn't text their mayor?
He was like, you're on a first name basis with them, like with the selectman or whatever. I'm like, yeah.
That's funny.
Like, I loved how that was his reaction. Not like, oh, yay, you found, because every time I find like an owner for these things, he's like, yay, like more get out. And this one, he just paused and he's like, rewind. I'm sorry. You texted the who? Of the what?
My uncle told me once he like had messaged his congressman and talked to him and had some select words for him and like, you what? He's like, oh sure, I do it all the time. I wanted to make him know that who he's working for. Like, okay.
Does the congressman answer the phone, Uncle?
I don't. It's funny you should say that. I was watching this episode of the Daily Show when Trevor Noah was, well, he's still doing it, but Jon Stewart made a surprise appearance, and it's because he was pushing his fund for the 9/11 relief workers, right? And so they took a camera crew to the House of Representatives, and they are just filming the idea, like, oh yeah, here we are, and all of a sudden nobody wants to talk to cameras and people, and just a hilarious stunt. And they I mean, like they went to see who's the biggest prick. Oh yeah, they went to Rand Paul's, and his secretary had cut him off at the knees, and he's like, "Well, we can't discuss it out here. Can we go out in the hallway?" And Stewart's like, "Oh, we can in the hallway where they can't record you, or is that why we're out here?" And it's really funny.
Oh, Stuart.
But yeah, and that was one of the more hilarious parts. Is like he was just standing in the background as Trevor Noah is giving this bullshit start to an article, and everybody starts cheering, and he's like, "What? Me? And then he turns around and sees Stewart, and he's like, "Papa,
Papa.
come back, Papa!" And he's like, "Whoa, wait, are you taking the show back?" And he's like, "No."
Have I been a bad boy?
And he's like, "No," and you know they get to talking, but it was amusing.
Did you see the video of the people who were in the Capitol? They're reading like
Cruz's itinerary.
yeah, and they're like, he was gonna object, and they're all mad, and they're like, wait, that's good, and I'm like, oh, for the love of God.
Yeah.
I was like, what just happened in this one fucking sentence?
Yeah.
It was like a whole like 20 minutes of me just being like, I'm perplexed of what's going on now. You were about to radicalize everybody and be like,
that's Cruz building an alibi of why he's not a co-conspirator. Welcome to Conspiracy Talk.
Hey, I live in a land of mass conspiracies. We had Sandy Hook here.
Yeah.
Everyone and their mother says shit about how those kids didn't get killed. And I'm like, really? They definitely did.
Oh, I am using the shittiest white I could possibly.
I'm using the shittiest hands I could possibly own. Welcome to Paint Club. This is Nicole bitching.
There we go.
When she can very well just go wash her hands. Where's the fun in that?
Oh, I got a paper towel beside me.
Yeah, but paint gets up in my nails, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going all up in this.
Well, that's where you have the blended or loaded brush technique, like the old ladies do for like plates and tiles and stuff, where they add some pink rose to one side and then white to the other, and with one stroke, there's a rose petal.
Cool. Teach me how to do that, and I'll pretend like I know how.
So no, it's just like now this is Nicole's revolutionary art technique of the loaded nail, so that you can do finger painting with scoop dispensers.
Oh God. Welcome to Paint Club. I'm delirious.
There we go.
Yeah, those divots were getting a little too dry. Too dry, I say. I've been like talking like not Yosemite Sam, like what's his name? Foghorn Leghorn all day today.
Why would that be?
I don't know. I literally have no idea. Oh wait, yes I do. So You know, for the playful happiness thing.
Oh yeah,
So when I had to respond to what was my favorite Happy Meal toy growing up, it
okay.
was the Tiny Toons flip cars. You're too old. I love you, but you're too old.
I know
Um,
what the Tiny Toons are.
no, the flip cars. You didn't know the toy. The
Yeah,
specific one I'm saying. I highly doubt you were buying Happy Meal toys in 1993.
I'm sure I was not. Touche, you got me. Your
So
words burn.
no, I said don't get mad. I'm not calling. It's not like I'm calling you old. I'm just making a fact. So like that one was my favorite, and all day I just kept talking like Foghorn after that shit. It's like yesterday, or what was it, 2 days ago? I was watching the Keisha Cole. Again, this is something you have no idea what I'm talking about. The Keisha Cole Ashanti versus thing,
Uh-huh.
and afterwards I kept singing Ja Rule, and one of my friends was like, "Please stop," because I was just walking around going, "It's only for the rule, baby." She's like, "Oh my god, please stop now." I don't know why I like this.
What you got?
I'm not done yet, but I don't know why I like it. I'm not gonna question it.
Oh, it's you. Puka's snoring,
Abuka.
but he's got he he whistles and shit when his. It's like a Three Stooges routine with all three of them snoring at the same time, but it's just one dog.
I loved when you did that. Wait, what? How did you do it?
The roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, we extended that. I extended that idea for a video for work. I was like, my strategy is just to start making my videos for work for the next. Oh yeah, as avant-garde as possible until my boss says, let's wheel it back a little. And I haven't had that yet, and I only have 5 more days of work before we go back to. No. Yeah, we go back to work this week, so I apparently didn't push it enough while we were on quarantine. So next quarantine by the 16th of February, we'll. Oh, I apologize. That is a total falsehood. We are not quarantining yet. Again.
My friend, she's in Greece, and she used to live here, like near me. And she goes to me, "Yeah, we have to do this and this and this by blah blah blah, or we get arrested." I was like,
Oh.
or fined or whatever. I don't know, some crazy shit. And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what my uncle told me in France." And she goes, "Yeah, what is it like over there?" And I was like, "Oh, as long as you wear a mask, you can do whatever the fuck you want until 9:30. So basically, die." She goes, "Oh, good old America." I'm like, "Yeah." She's lived everywhere. I mean, like everywhere. This girl has lived Germany, Greece, Italy, here, England, Kurdistan, maybe, because that's where she's from. I don't know. If she's watching, don't quote me on that. Sorry, Shadi.
And somebody who is watching, oh, shoddy, ha ha ha. Your buddy doesn't know.
I only stayed with you for like days and days end. Her dad's a international documentarian, and he used to travel like the world, or I mean, he still does. I'm sure. Maybe he's like settled down now that he's older, but he used to travel like constantly, and he would like leave us like by ourselves for like days and days on end. And it was the best ever. You know, when you're young like that, we were just like, yeah, like we're back. And we just did not, like most of us did not tell our parents that that was happening at like their house, because otherwise we would not have had that privilege to go over there anymore.
Right.
But man, I love that dude. He let me have a place to sleep when I had no place to sleep. And I remember one time he called my mom. He was like, "These kids drive me nuts." And she's like, "Yep, welcome to my world." Like, yay. That's what you get when you have a whole bunch of daughters. Like, it's kind of fun. I know we try not to get like too political here, but we can't help it. I find it kind of funny that like different countries were like congratulating us the other day.
Sure.
Like my uncle, he sent me a message and he was just like, "Happy day for all you there."
Ah, shit.
But then he also forgot that it was like the day that my mom passed, his sister. And he sends me a text today. He goes, "Also a very sad day the other day. I'm sorry." Not to laugh at that, but it was kind of funny. But it's like he's an American citizen technically also. And it's like he has no care what happens here. He's been in France since he was 2. And he like understands government and stuff like that. So it's just like it's funny to hear like, yay. If by land, by sea. You heard what happened with fucking Joe Exotic?
Okay.
Sorry, continue.
Let's preface this a little. I watched the first 10 minutes of the first episode and went, "What a load of horse shit," and turned it off. And 20 minutes later, I'm like, "Well, what happens to them all?" So I did watch, and I watched the
Sorry.
Right, but I started the last episode, and I feel like I've only wasted 70 minutes of my life as opposed to the hundreds of minutes one would watch if they watched the whole damn thing, because they did a nice job wrapping it all up in one time saver little bow.
No, look, I watched the whole thing, and I'm letting you know right now that bitch killed her husband.
Well, I understand everything that was done. They did a nice job summarizing the hell out of it.
But did you see what happened?
Yeah, so I preface this, yes. So I was watching some news reporter that was covering the idea that he was going to get pardoned. So he had a limo and a shower and all this shit ready for him so that he could be changing before he does his first interview. And that didn't happen. So I think he was going to get a bigger reception getting out of jail than Trump was leaving the White House.
I honestly love the Home Alone like things that are out of like Baron.
Oh,
because like like no one knows where like no one saw him leave or whatever. So it's like obviously like he left like a while ago, and like he probably has not been at the White House for a while. And
but they lost the kid.
No, it's just like they're just pretending like it's Home Alone by putting Catherine O'Hara's face on, doing the and yelling Baron, just because like you see them getting on the plane, sans child.
Oh, I see.
So they're just saying like, oh, well, it's like with Bernie Sanders, who, look, honestly,
God damn, that's hilarious.
we don't deserve him. He is the Jewish grandfather that I never got, and I'm very upset about it. Like, I deserved that. That's it. That's how I feel about it. I deserved having that Jewish grandfather in my life, and the fact that I was denied having Bernie Sanders as my grandpa is very, very upsetting.
Okay.
Like his mood, that like that's a mood. That's a mood of a lifetime. That's a mood of a lifetime.
Mhm.
If you ever want to know what a grumpy Jew looks like, think of Bernie Sanders outside of the inauguration.
Oh, there's certainly a level of burn there.
Did you see stupid. What was it? Gail King said to him, like, it was it after the presents or before the presents? I don't remember. Like the gifts that Congress gives the president and vice president coming in. Personally, still find it the weirdest thing in the entire world. You know what, bitch? Your gift is being able to run the country. The end.
Your gift is trust.
Yeah, your gift is literally being the leader of the quote free world. Anyways, so Gail King was like, so Mr. Sanders, you're trending on Twitter right now because of your outfit. Did you hear? And I guess it was like the first time he was hearing about it. And he was like, or they were like, is there anything you have to say to people, in regards to it? And he goes, oh, well, in Vermont, it's cold. So we dress like it's cold. So I dress for the cold. I don't deserve you. We do not deserve you.
I like the way I've watched too many hearings this past 9 months. When they do a verbal call for votes, and when they get to Sanders, they all know I was going to say no, and people like are silent to hear it, and some people will laugh at the way he says no. Some people on the way he says it, but it's always like, we know it's going to be entertaining because it's pretty much like his one of his mannerisms.
No.
No. It's like, okay, that is
no.
That is worth everybody stopping to what the hell they're doing so they can hear the guy go, no.
And if you haven't stopped what you're doing to hear Bernie Sanders yell no, then God damn you. Honestly, I might just move to Vermont and see if he'll adopt me.
Well, I am, goddamn, like.
Because you can get adopted after you're an adult, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, welcome
I'm
to
sure my father will very willingly be like, here you go. And I can prove to him that I'm Jewish, so he'll be like, oh, one of the tribe.
Welcome. Welcome aboard.
Next stop, Montpelier. I had to think of the capital.
So he started making like clothing with that snapshot on it, and then fucking donated all the proceeds from the clothing. I think it was a sweatshirt. All the proceeds for that to the Vermont Meals on Wheels.
I saw that. I was like that is
such. That's pretty cool.
It's such a Sanders thing to do.
It's like, you need to go back and now do the, oh, come on, shut up, man. Fucking shirt and
donate it to something besides your campaign.
The Delaware, like, hey, Delaware guy. But yeah, like I just thought it was hilarious. Like that is that moment captured lightning in a bottle with all that. It's fucking hilarious.
Somebody, I wonder who took. I gotta see. I gotta ask Fred, my friend Fred, if he knows who took the snapshot. I think it's great that like one of my friends earlier was like, yeah, Bernie ain't mad. Like he good. He made money off that shirt, and I was like, he made no money off that shirt. He did exactly what everyone expects him to do. Be Bernie. I feel like if he didn't do that, the people would be like,
how dare him keep money?
yeah, right? Bernie took a profit? Socialist.
Well, he wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the people.
We the people.
Like that picture wouldn't exist if it weren't for the voters who put him in the timeout chair.
To the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at how perfect that picture was, so that you could have the easiest time getting rid of that gray background. And not to put this on a number of conspiracy theories in the world, but that was an inside job.
It was the best photo in the entire world. I don't care what anyone says. We earned that photo. We deserved that photo. I'm fully expecting to get a phone call from my stepdad being like, where are you?
Well, you know.
Like, look.
Oh.
If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, I'm probably going to be late. Anyone who knows me knows I'm always late.
Aw.
Not that I want to be, I just am. Most of my friends accept that.
Sure.
Most.
Yeah, my friends know what I don't have any friend outside in my Minnesota circle of friends, because when you get to see them, it's cool. This is for the birds, but they all have a tendency to be on-time doers, and I love that about them, because they know I will leave. I will either make a stick or I'll just leave people behind. So.
Oh, I fully expect somebody to leave me if I'm late. I don't get mad if someone's like, you're late, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay, bye, I'll meet you there. Maybe that's part of my strategy.
Like I have a huge love of being on time. And yet, if we're late, half the time it's because of me. Let's see, how are we going to do this? All right.
What's the other half?
What's the other half? Oh, it's Alicia's fault.
Can't be Puka's fault?
Oh no. You see that weirdo? He can't do anything wrong.
More often than not, when someone's like, why weren't you here on time? I'm like, the cat. And it's not a lie, because the older one is always like, bleh, like right before I leave, or like, and I'm like, oh great, here we go. And then she's like throwing up on like the goddamn floor, and I'm like, here we are. I'm fully expecting to have him come out here and be like, well, what are you doing? I don't think he's seen me finger paint.
That's why I thought this would be fun. Like man, mine looks like a piece of tourist or souvenir stuff. I'm like, huh? I'm gonna bump it up a notch or two. I don't know how from the souvenir stand, but here we are.
All right, one more of these and it's done.
No, it's not like, did you mean to do this? No, not really. I'm just feeling my way through.
Yeah, basically. Until it feels right.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think I've ever finger painted with gloves on before, so that's definitely a nuisance.
Are you using gloves?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Traitor.
Yeah. Already started getting the joys of the the joys of the weather-beaten hands from Minnesota. So I got some nice little select cuts that I don't like. The idea of putting acrylic in my fingers.
Oh yeah, no, I don't blame you there.
So a little safety first. It is definitely different being able to do that, because then all I have is I'm using just a little painter cup to just wash my hand off, and then just a rag off to the side to be able to wipe that, and things are a little easier to clean, and then go back to a new clean finger.
Now it's time to go wash my hands.
So then like, shit.
Time to go wash my hands.
All right. That's what I want.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm not washing them. I'm not washing them.
Oops.
I'm not washing my motherfucking hands. Fuck that. I'm gonna be like, if your hands don't look like this, what are you doing? As long as they just dry though. I like that weathering that you're doing.
Oh, literally making. Thank you. I'm quite literally making it up on the fly. I have an idea of where I want my colors to be, and Like,
I'm going to close these up before I continue to do it and tell myself I hate it afterwards. Which is definitely a habit where I don't stop when I should.
right. That's what my professor told me about how many people it takes to make a painting.
This should dry pretty cool. There's lots of different textures in it.
Uh,
And it's on like a textured watercolor panel.
mm-hmm.
So it has like that natural texture to it also. Just dope.
My friend, I have a painting in mind for one of my friends. It's an incredibly nice gift where I want it to be multi-textured. And so the idea is that to have the texture in big enough shapes to be easily identified and still be a size enough to where shipping is not going to cost me an arm and a leg to do.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like half the battle for the post office has been won, but Jesus, the next thing, it'll be a while. I was kind of happy. I sent something out to Philadelphia. This was 2 days ago, and they told me it would be there by Monday, which is incredibly speedy nowadays for the priority mail to only take 6 days. Except it's the wrong target day to get something delivered there.
Tuesday?
Monday.
Oh, yeah, it is.
In theory, nobody's there, but it's quite possible somebody is in the back and will watch the shop. But I also decided I'd insure my pieces so that it requires a signature and no fault to the shop itself, but after having one piece stolen, that's frustrating.
Yeah, especially when you put all that hard work into it.
It's like that guy who steals it doesn't know what the fuck's in that box. Maybe he does. He could go look at the return address, find an Instagram handle, and be like, ooh, what's here?
Or just like keep track of what kind of shop it is, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I suppose you could reverse engineer that on phone and figure out what's in the box, but damn it, I just made a thief's life easier.
So we got this a little electric flip field going on.
Cool.
And it has some scrapes that, like, when this dries up, it'll pop through just because of how, like, loose the fluorescent paint is, which is dope. I love that.
Cool.
This little white swishes for pickups.
Mm-hmm.
And no, you didn't make a thief's life easier. Thieves are still idiots. They say karma's a bitch, and I am definitely one of those people.
I will admit, 2 weeks ago, I was enjoying watching videos on YouTube of people who weren't allowed to fly back home.
You saw that one person who thought that she was going to get pardoned. She's now asking for money for her legal fees. It's like, bitch, you flew like a fucking private jet. You were the last human in the world I would pay legal fees for.
No, but why?
No, not the last, but
it's easier to get somebody else to pay for it for you.
well,
I do not condone that by any stretch of the imagination.
Good luck, bitch.
You get the dude who gets to have fucking organic food in jail, and yeah, crazy. All right, so now what?
I'm surprised what's her name isn't dead yet.
Who's that? What's her name?
Ghislaine. What's his name's girlfriend? Epstein.
I know.
I'm surprised she hasn't miraculously shown up.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Maybe that's because the Don isn't the president anymore. Welcome to Pain Club. Nicole's an asshole.
Welcome to Political Hour.
Yeah, we're on our off week, so this is like the Jesus day. 7th day of rest. 7th day of shit talk. Oh.
Oops.
Let's see. Did my stepdad call me? No. Thank
God. Oh, this makes me think of what's that? Bennett. The Tennessee Wolfman. Damn it, Charles.
Ted Cruz?
No, Charles Bennett. Shit. He goes by the moniker of the Tennessee Wolfman. Is it? I'll send you. Or is it Barrett? God dang it. Yeah. Anyway, the way it's going, it reminds me of this guy's work. I met this dude at Instagram. Oh, I met him at Instagram. I met him at 5 Points. Excuse me. The first year they were at the Brooklyn Expo Center, and I just went out into the lobby, and I see this dude who's just like incredibly tall, with very much got the Lon Chaney hairdo going and the beard from the Wolfman movie, and he's in this half suit setup, and it's just like, how's it going? And from there it was just one of those like, oh yeah, hey, nice to meet you type things, and one thing led to another. We ended up going to each other's booth the next day to look at each other's stuff, and the guy's a fun painter, and he did a show at Roto Fuji, maybe 2 years ago. And,
that long?
Yeah, I think. I don't. God dang it. Charles Bennett. That's his name. Excuse
Oh,
me.
darn it.
I'll send you a link in a minute. And man, I sat around doing 2 T's, 2 N's, 2 T's.
Let me. Oh, you're sending it to me?
And I'm. What the hell? Oh, you both follow. Huh, I can't.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Jesus, sounds dumb. All right, let's see. Copy URL. That's how we do it. How's that band going for you?
17 days left. I gotta
Well,
count down.
it's infinitely shorter than some people's bands.
Well, it's 30. Well, yes, infinitely. Yes. Okay. Touche.
What is 30 times 0?
Zero.
All right,
Oh my god, my hands look like I worked on something for days, and it's like, well, no, not really. Fine.
I'm going to. Well, the joys of experimenting. We're going to do that right now. That should be cool. Yeah, it was super. The sponge for my homemade wet cullet, it's still got some moisture in there, but like there's apparently a little crack in the lid, and I assume that I had moisture leak out of there. But I was pretty happy with having that several week old paint.
Ooh. Now I'm
Yeah,
drawing.
you've seen this guy's stuff, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like you're no slouch to. They don't. Roto Fuji doesn't look just slouches in their shows, so like. I was trying to justify being able to go to town to go see that when it opened, and that's
Isn't
Roto Fuji's in Chicago. It's
Yeah, I
about
was gonna say that's a little far, no?
no, it's about 7 hours away, 8 hours, depending on. Well, it depends on what side of Chicago, and it depends on what time you leave. Um, so I was trying to justify us going there, and if we go, that means I'm spending more than one day there. So I would stay tonight. Um, After I settled my dad's estate one year, um, we celebrated by going to Chicago for a couple of days, and that was pretty cool. I was like, said to my girlfriend, "Well, I really appreciate you keeping the house intact while I was gone and everything." And let me treat you to. If you go like if we could go one place that's within driving distance, where would you like to go? And so she picked Chicago, and my only rider on that was I wanted to go to Roto Fuji. This is about the time. This is the time about the time when they were like going to shut down.
Oh.
So if you remember that history, that was
Yeah.
that was a couple years ago. Yeah. So about 2016, yeah.
I'm sending you a link, by the way.
Okay.
Because I need to know how you feel about this.
Okay.
Because I want to know if I need to buy it. or if I'm being an idiot.
Uh, so yeah, we went to Roto Fuji. That was pretty cool. And all our food places, we were using Anthony Bourdain's recommendations, all but for a couple, and we ate well, and we ate fairly not cheaply, but because he had all these recommendations, we were able to like plan it around just a 2-3 day stay. And dude, you don't need to get that.
Why not? They also make it in a tray.
I'm gonna be like that dude, that girlfriend from that Funko designer who didn't buy anything of mine that one day. You don't need to do that.
But it's so true. It's a mood. He's a whole mood. Like, I'm sorry, you have a whole entire. You're telling me that there's a Bernie Sanders mold to make earrings out of him?
Yeah, already. Think of how fast that was. That was Wednesday. All right. Like anybody who's just like cutting and pasting them in Photoshop, um, kudos to you for brightening up the world a little by making these hilarious things made. But within like 2 days, just 2 days, right? This is we're twice we're removed from that once again. People are redrawing them as an anime, and it's a fantastic rendering.
I don't
Or
know
like
why
as
you think I don't need this. It would make the best keychains. Are you kidding me?
I'm
I don't
saying
even know.
by the time you get that mold,
It'll be irrelevant. I know that.
yes,
But
it'll
for
be
me, it would be relevant to wear.
yeah.
Like my RBG mold, the girl who made it, she gifted it to me like right when she died. And by the time I got there, nobody gave a fuck anymore. And I was like, it doesn't matter. I still want to wear it.
Sure. Like I'm just saying there's a flood of 4 days since he's been president. Since not he, Biden's been sworn in as president, and that meme and that image is just like, well, Biden's gonna have to make a lot of sunshine out of dog's ass in order to top that. And
I know, right?
so and it's like, well, no matter what he does, he's not as good as that meme.
Nope.
And it's like, but here's the funny thing: we'd never have that meme if we had President Bernie.
But wouldn't we?
Well, nope. He might make truly some other photoshoppable moment, but we'd never have that meme if he had one president.
Fine. Fine. Ah!
Hey, it's fun.
Of course, the person from Playful Happiness, she was like, "No, you filled out everything right. You just forgot your bio." And I was like, "Oh my god, I copied and pasted it, or I copied it and didn't paste it. What an asshat." My bio is real quick. I'm short.
I like White Walks by the Lake.
I'm known as Bubble Girl to one person.
Yeah, that's fun. Who calls you Bubble Girl?
Matthew Chen.
Right on. Ooh, look at that. That's yellow.
I don't know why. It's okay. When I used to go to festivals, my nickname was Peaches. because I wore pink like Daisy Dukes the first time I went. It was to a Mo concert. I don't know if you know who Mo is, but they cover
Nope.
My Brain is Dead. They cover Grateful Dead. No, not Grateful Dead. Fish. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm Peaches. I don't even know what to say. Like, God. Like, what does one say about oneself?
So
I think I've done this before, and I just was like, I hate it.
depends on if you want to be funny or not. And sometimes you'll discover that your sense of humor is not always appreciated on the other end.
It's usually how that goes for me.
Pro tip. I wrote mine yesterday as just like you would a police report, like name, rank, serial number.
Stroh, 30 years old from.
Well, sort of, yeah.
Was arrested last weekend for.
I mean, like, it's kind of like the form letter I sent. Oh no, the letter I had you read. I had Alicia help me draft it, so it was
Mike thought that was very eloquently written too. By the way,
yeah, dude. Like
he's an English major, so.
No, my girlfriend's super smart, and like there are times where I'm like, I need you to proofread something for me. So yesterday I had essentially just done it as bullet points. Like, these are all the points I'd like to make. This is the poetic license I want to say it as. Help me, please.
Help me, Rhonda.
So, like, I used to fancy myself as a writer of sorts with all the shit I did in college. But somewhere along the way, I blame arguing on the internet. But somewhere along the way, it's a lost form for me. And so, like, when I can get her to help me write something, it's very appreciative. Like, you can tell when, like, yeah. So
you can tell when Alicia's chimed in.
yeah, because like I will freely switch from tense, from whether it being first person or third person, and she helps ground that, which is nice. I once purposely wrote something in the second person, and it made her super awkward. And that was the only time. Nothing bad ever happened after that. And
what was I going to say to you? Tomorrow, can we chat at some point about mixing crackle paste with a secondary medium?
Sure.
Because I want to mix two of them, and I don't know what's going to happen. Should I just do a test run of it? On paper? Yeah, okay, I'll just do that tonight. And then we can talk about, if it doesn't work, how to make it work the way I want it to.
So, but one thing I would advise, if you're doing a crackle, okay, so is it like one paint, then a medium to make a crackle, and then another paint on top of it? Is that the approach?
So what I want to do is I want to mix my pumice ground.
Okay.
With the crackle paste to make it look like a crackling like rock.
Okay.
But yes, paint, paste, paint.
Okay, so I would make I'd definitely make some test pieces out for that. Because like depending on your crackle, um, it might not actually do what you want. Some crackle paint or some crackle paints and textures, because you're using Goldens, right?
Yeah.
Okay, some of them depend on how slick the surface is. There's one model company out there. They make a crackle that's not a that you can get some good stuff on it, but it works better on a smooth surface because it's purposely pulling away from itself. So the smoother the less grip, so the greater the tear. And
I have
I've
like small wood panels that I could try that on.
okay, because like yeah,
Because like all it is a bigger wood panel.
okay, I'd try that. Um,
All
yeah,
right. I'll try that after I
then
drill holes later.
we can troubleshoot tomorrow what you like and what you don't like over it.
Yeah, because then this way I'll let it sit overnight and see what happens.
Yeah, and like and some crackle mediums they don't want to be heated up. The slower the dry, the better it pulls itself apart. Which I
Yeah.
have no idea. I have no idea I don't know how that shit works. Um, I just know what I follow on the internet on some of this stuff because it's like, well, this is what they say. I'm going to try their method and then something that feels a little more counterproductive and see which one works out better.
As
That's how
I've mixed like different mediums together to get different effect, like especially for the bubbles. But I'm like, I don't want to do this, and then all of a sudden it's wrong because I really like how the blended effect looked so far. I forgot to show you it. I'll show you it tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I sanded it. I sanded the board. I like or the edges of it. I stained the whole motherfucker down. I did clear around the corners. I mean, like around the sides. I did a clear gesso.
Okay.
Just because I wanted a clear one. But the effect came out pretty dope. You'll see.
Cool.
I gotta run down to Greenwich. Please don't hate me.
That's all right, dude. I'll see you later. It is 9 o'clock.
I like it.
Thank you.
It's better than mine.
One of the neat things
I
about
don't know. I like this shit.
with the neat thing with gloves is that I have to dab it and poke it because if I rub into it, it peels the shit off the glove and back into the paint. And even though we're finger painting, I still don't want I don't want bonus material. So I have a very stabby, pointless method, and I like it.
I'm thinking of maybe putting some kind of like textural mediums over it tomorrow.
Okay.
See what happens.
Very cool.
Just have a really cool fucking sculpted out mixed medium piece. Yeah.
Why not?
And I'll do it with my fingers. All right, let me go tell him I need a ride because I don't like driving at night.
Oh, Jesus. All right, dude. Good luck.
Thank you. Kisses.